Good morning to everyone and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. This morning I come to you from a idyllic, magnificent location up here at Nelson Bay, Port Stephens, from Mount Tomaree. I've come up here to see the sunrise, and I was surprised to see the moon setting. As you can see there in the background, we've got the moon setting over Shoal Bay, and it's absolutely majestic and beautiful. In about 15-20 minutes we're going to have the sunrise in the east, and we've got the moon going down in the west. And this evening at about 6:30 we're going to have the moon rising out of the ocean in the east. So I'll try and come up here tonight and get that red ball coming out of the ocean. Look at this location here. How awesome is it? We've got Fingal Bay over there in the background. We've got all the beaches, ocean beaches at Port Stephens, and we've got the expanse of Shoal Bay and inner Port Stephens going on forever. Anyway, today I want to have a chat to you about a topic which is near and dear to my heart. Many years ago, when I was a young executive at IBM, one of the directors there, during one of his presentations, said that, and he used a quote from Baron Rothschild, and he said, if you took all the wealth in the world and distributed it equally amongst every single person in the world, within 5 years the money will come back to the same hands that had it before it was redistributed. It's a very powerful statement. But today the Dow Jones is up 800 points, up 3%. We're witnessing the greatest share market recovery in the history of mankind. The Dow sitting on 27,000, and its all-time record is 30,000. In just 3 months, trillions of dollars have been recovered and made, not only on the US share market, but every single share market throughout the world. I've been calling this out for months. My broker has been calling it out for months. But it falls on deaf ears because the newspapers, the media, don't want to take up this narrative because it doesn't suit their purposes. It doesn't create fear, uncertainty and doubt. Months ago, I read a book from, or years ago actually, from Warren Buffett. And in his book, Warren Buffett says very, very clearly that the share market is very, very predictable. Once a year, on average, the share market will drop by 10%. But within a little time, it will recover those losses and go on to new records. He also says, be wary. Once every 3 years, on average, the share market will drop by 30% or more. A significant drop. But guess what? It will recover those losses. And before you know it, it will be hitting record highs again. 3 months ago, the US share market had a massive, massive fall. Every share market throughout the world had a massive fall. And billions and trillions of dollars were wiped off the values of those share markets. And people were in panic. The herd were running scared and selling. Contrarian investors invest when everybody else is running. On Friday, I spoke to my broker Tim Tersteg, and said, Tim, shall we sell our positions that we've got open over the weekend? Because I'm a little bit nervous that the markets have been running hot over the past week. and I don't want to be caught in a downward spiral, assuming that we've got issues in the States with riots and what have you, and the coronavirus, and not knowing what's happening with the coronavirus. And Tim says, don't get in front of the running bulls because you'll get trampled. Keep your positions open, and lo and behold, overnight the US Dow had a stellar night, up 3%, which is going to translate to a hopefully big week ahead of us here on the Australian market. A month ago, the oil price futures, the arse fell out of the market, and they fell to zero, and in fact they also went to negative. And everybody got on the bandwagon, the newspapers, the media, saying, oh, the end of the world is coming, the end of the world. Chicken Littles everywhere running around, declaring the end of the world and catastrophe. Guess what? Oil prices are now $40 and they're heading back to 70. So be very, very careful whose advice you take, who the people you have surrounding you, because their influence can be positive and it can be negative. So that's my point for today at Jim's 5 a.m. Club from this magnificent position here at Mount Tomaree. The sun is about to start rising over there on the east, and hopefully we'll see some whales breaching. It's whale season, so as predictable as ever, they start their northerly migration in winter, and the peak season is last week of June and first week of July. But I'm sure there's going to be plenty down there breaching and exploding out of the water. So the message to everybody is don't panic, don't follow the mob, but use your own independent thinking when investing, because markets recover and hit new highs and hit new records. So take some time to take a breath. The coronavirus will leave us, the economy will recover, housing prices will stay stable, and everything will be fine. Keep your trust in God and not in the media. Don't worry. Anyway, from James, 5 a.m. Club, Nelson Bay. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll have another topic to discuss with you. But until then, let's remind ourselves, we're alive, we're well, and we feel great. Yasas, que carasas, que taxarapume. Bye for now.